All right, so the next thing we want to talk about, and this is the only one left for today, is we're going to be talking about how the notes are C, E, or C, E, how you know how to make them. What the difference is between a half step and a whole step, although we're only going to use half steps because fret instruments don't really have whole steps. There's no need for that. So, and again, thinking about maybe like a cello or a violin or something, they're built the same way, but they don't have clearly delineated frets. These are simpler. With a violin, you might press here or here and that'd be different, but in here, anywhere before this line, for this fret, is the same. So it's actually easier to have the guitar, or the ukulele, or the bass that have frets, fretless, or not fretless, but fretlow, the with frets. Here again, it's the same thing, but I want to differentiate now between the music theory that you're taught from piano and a simpler version that you would just use for string instruments and have no problem. So here, you might have been taught that C to D is a full step and C to C sharp is a half step. I'm just going to use half steps all the time. I might say half step, or I might even say one fret, because the difference between here to here, or here to here, or any of them is only a half step. The reason I don't like to use both of them though is because some music theories treat the difference between, notice there's no black here, right? So C to C sharp is a half step, but, well that's not, yeah, it's C, excuse me. But B to C, depending on what theory you're using, might say that's a whole step or a half step. I want you to think of them all, every move that goes up one, whether it goes from white to black, black to white, or white to white, is all the same. It's a half step or a fret. So C to C sharp to B. And how then we figure all this out is we'll teach you where C is, and then you'll figure out the piano that way. But on string instruments, I just want to go through them one quick time. There are 12 notes in the scale, the Western scale that we use. So if you went from C all the way to C again, you've gone up 12 half steps or 12 frets. That's why a lot of instruments mark these different numbers. Notice there's a mark on 3, a mark on 5, 7, 10, and 12. This right here is the same thing as this, just an octave up. And so let's just start with the G note. If I go from G to G sharp, that's like going from G to G sharp. And then from G sharp to A, that's like from A to, or G sharp to A. And then so, what note would this be? How you'd figure that out is you'd have it memorized eventually, but you would go G is open, first fret, A sharp, B, and then there's nothing between B and C, so B to C, C sharp, and D. You get, oh, there's a D note. This is also a D note. C, C sharp, and D. That's how all these instruments are going to work, and we're going to show you in the next video, which I'll do some other day soon, how the guitar, the ukulele, and the bass are not only built the same, but they're actually built on each other. Like the same string differences on the ukulele can be seen on the guitar, and the same string differences on the bass can be seen on the guitar. I'll talk about that next time. But so those are the things I wanted to cover with you. The half step system, we're just going to use half steps all the way through, or maybe just call them frets, or I don't know, steps, I'm not sure. So we're not going to differentiate between whole steps and half steps. We don't need to with string instruments, and I don't think it's worthwhile on the piano for us. Could be worthwhile for other things. And from the previous video, notes versus chords. And again, what we talked about today, how these are all built. These are already notes, ready to go. Just hit the right one. This one, you actually have to manipulate the strings to make the notes you want. Thank you.